The Empire of Japan, the nation with the powerful navy that attempted to take on the United States in the Pacific. They struck at Pearl Harbor and conquered many territories across Asia. They looked unstoppable until the Battle of Midway, where they lost a few carriers. And from there, the rest was history. Obviously, World War II didn't turn out too well for Japan. They went from fierce warriors to anime enjoyers. But today in Hearts of Iron 4, I will be leading the Japanese Empire, and I will avenge their loss. And I will avenge the nukes. I will be playing on Iron Man mode and historical, and as you can see, Japan now has a massive focus tree. That's because I'm playing with the new DLC, No Compromise, No Surrender, which releases on November 20th. If you've never played Hearts of Iron 4 before, the base game is free from the 20th to the 24th of November. So go ahead and try it out now. And thank you to Paradox for sponsoring this video. I couldn't make these videos if it wasn't for them. This DLC has a boatload of new content we're going to have to consider in our conquest today. For example, they completely overhauled the doctrine system. Naval combat has also been completely changed. My brain is now utterly confused. And Japan has a new feature, which is the inter-service rivalry. Don't worry though, Daddy Hirohito will make sure all the factions stay in line. Now, the first order of business is we want to expand our industry like we do in any Hearts of Iron 4 game, because you need factories to build weapons. And we will research construction and production. And my goal today is to build the ultimate Japanese empire that spans across all of Asia and potentially even the world, positioning Japan as one of the premier world powers. I'm also going to begin just by spamming out civs for now to again make our industrial base fat, like Lizzo. And production-wise, we need to begin by building up our army so we can take over China. We need to spam out guns right now, and we don't really need tanks as Japan, to be honest. I will cancel all tank production and plane production, except carrier naval bombers. We will definitely need those. There are rumors of a military coup swirling around. We will keep a big eye on this. So now we also have naval headquarters. So the admiral assigned to the naval headquarters will give a buff to the surrounding region, and we're going to assign our best admiral, Isoroku Yamamoto. He is a very famous admiral for his amazing naval strategies. Now, of course, we're going to begin increasing armament spending. Japan has to really scale quickly. We can't spend too much time building civilian factories. We will swiftly convert to military production because our army needs to be big enough to take down the Chinese quick before that war bogs down like it did IRL. We need a swift victory. We need a blitzkrieg. Take one out the German playbook. And it looks like the coup is here. What shall we do? I, as Captain Jamarcus, want to side with the faction that will bring Japan the most glory. The Emperor is not much of a warmonger, so I don't want to give him all the power. He is kind of a nerd. But also, I don't want to be democratic because that's lame. We will go down the historical path and purge the Kodoha faction. And by going down the right side of the tree, we will establish the new order in East Asia and build, as Japan, the Eternal Empire. The difference from our timeline is that today Japan has me, Captain Jamarcus, the ultimate Hearts of Iron 4 player to build this amazing empire. Now I need to reorganize the army, so we're going to delete all the garrisons to start. We can't waste any resources. We also need to get some army experience so we can work on our divisions. So today for our infantry divisions, we need a really cool emblem that symbolizes the Japanese spirit. Obviously, we got to go with the katana. And for our infantry division, I will remove this recon detachment. We need our divisions to be relatively cheap. I won't need anti-air yet. The Chinese don't have any planes. They're broke. And as I get more experience, I want to reduce this division to be around 18 to 20 with. We're going to hire this mining company to help with our production. So it looks like the Kuomintang is growing impatient and wants to invade China. And it looks like if we don't invade within 480 days, they'll blow up the bridge themselves. So I'm thinking in mid-1937, I'm ready to invade China. I definitely want at least like 600k men in the field. We're spamming out infantry right now. All right, now we're going to create the Imperial Defense Plan, work on our army a little, make it as big as possible, because I don't just want to beat the Chinese, I want to clobber them. Because losing to our first opponent of the day would be really embarrassing. I ain't trying to get knocked out in one hit. We're now going to lay out our 21 demands to China. The message can be summed up with the following words: surrender. We're now going to demand the submission of Menjiang. Menjiang is simped to us. They are now the Mongol military government. All right, now we're going to do some suspicious things that may lead to war with China. All right, now that we're about to begin our war, we're going to work on our infantry doctrines. And I'm going to have to learn this confusing ass new system. But it definitely lets you do a lot of cool new stuff. And alright, the Marco Polo bridge incident has occurred. We totally did not stage this. And now we are at war with China, everybody. So there are several Chinese factions. First is the Hebei Chinar. Yeah, we're going to destroy these guys. Let's slow the game down. Deliberately strike. Alright, spread out, men. Alright, moving in. We already took Tanjung. Alright, looks like we got Beijing. Well, Beiping. Paradox, why did you change the name? I don't want to see anyone getting angry at the comments who's Chinese. All right, now we're taking Ximen, a very important supply hub and capital of this Chinese warlord. All right, they're gone. All right, now let's regroup for the second phase of the offensive. All right, now I'm going to try to secure Qingdao. Obviously, only encircling one Chinese division doesn't mean much because they have millions and millions of men. I mean, just this province has 16 million people, dude. It's insane. All right, now first naval battle, and the odds are slightly stacked against the Chinese. Okay, I'm just trying to kill the Chinese with 1,000 paper cuts. I'm going for mini encirclement after mini encirclement. We've encircled Qingdao. We'll be able to destroy a lot of units there, and I can actually upgrade my first doctrine, everybody. We'll begin with infantry. So there are a lot of different bonuses to sift through. Defensive postures, even though we're not going to be in the defense, looks really good because all infantry will get 10% soft attack and 10% organization, but then here mobile infantry also looks pretty solid. Honestly, I will settle with large unit tactics. This gives us breakthrough and attack, plus some additional organization, which we really need. So I will unlock this branch. And as you can see, there are 4 branches of the army doctrine for us to unlock. All right, we're just going to agree to whatever America says. We don't need any ops right now. All right, we got a little encirclement we're attempting to get right now. We got 3 divisions here. Oh, come on, we need to destroy these divisions right here. Oh, wait, no, we got encircled. Okay, wait, let's fix that. That's a problem. Okay, unencircled. That was a bit scary for a microsecond. My heart rate went up. Now we encircled the Chinese. Let's go. They thought they had one on us. No, no, no. The Japanese are on top. Oh my goodness, there's American planes here, disrupting our air superiority. They're messing with us. They're fudging with us. Goddamn Yanks. Boom, the encirclement. This encirclement has been taking a while to clean up, but it looks like we're almost done with it. All right, watch this. Watch the helmets fly off. This is the most satisfying part of the encirclement. So many divisions gone, deleted. And the Chinese have taken 130,000 casualties, and we've only taken 10,000. And that's a big chunk of their army, dude. They only have 200k men left. Let's take Donghai and more supply hubs. China has terrible infrastructure and terrible supply as a result. But we got ourselves a breakthrough at least. All right, go to Zhujiao. You know, I'm practicing my Chinese, guys. Let me know what you think about pronunciations. In case Z takes over the world, I need to be fluent. All right, we're launching our naval invasion now of Shanghai. Oh god, our government's going to shit. Oh, so I have to manage the army and our literal failing governments. It's okay though, Captain Jamarcus can do it all. I'm an admiral, a captain, supreme commander, and politician, president, prime minister. I have a lot of credentials under my belt, thanks to years of Hoi 4 experience. All right, now we encircled the capital, Nanjing. All right, W. And nothing in Nanjing bad happened. Everything was great. No massacres, nothing whatsoever. Look away. No bad stuff here. But don't look. Don't look. So since we're going to be fighting in some rough terrain today in the jungles, I actually think field engineering will come in handy today. All right, now we're going on our next offensive. We have our planning bonus built up. We're going for Zhangjiao, and then we're going to swing south through this railroad to Wuhan, which is slightly infamous. I'll let you figure out why that is. Our infantry go. We also have our few tank divisions who will attack head on. Oh, the Chinese are going last stand. They really don't want to fail. So if we crack this line, it's Jofer for Mr. Chiang Kai-shek. And we already did crack it. Let's go. Call me a cracker. Okay, so remember that political crisis from earlier? Yeah, it's destroying us. So who will be our new prime minister? Become friends with the Chinese? No. Our new prime minister will essentially be a puppet of the military. Perfect. My little puppets. Another encirclement. My military prowess and genius is on full display. Pete Hegseth, give me a job. It'll go crazy. All right, well, that was pretty successful. Chill out, troops. Chill out. Clean up the encirclements, and then we're going to keep moving. Oh, that we just deleted, like, evaporated 10 divisions. Okay, 256k casualties. Wow. Chang, I would surrender if I were you. Be French. All right, now we need a reorganized national government to take care of China. They're a bit rowdy. They don't like our ownership. I don't know. Why would you not want to be ruled by Captain Jamarcus? I can't comprehend. Can't fathom. Well, that offensive was very successful. We now have Wuhan in our control. Let's try to encircle the entire east coast of China. We should ideally be able to meet up with our naval invasion here, and the forces can link up. And now it looks like the Chinese army is just completely crumbling at this point. I'm going to order a general offensive in the east. And then we just need to go up the coastline, seize all the ports, and all these troops will be encircled effectively. A big open space has appeared in the middle of the China. It's been a grind. It is not fun to fight in the mountains in China, I can tell you that. All right, go. We got Chongqing, and the Chinese are done for. Let's go. Our first op is down. All right, now let's merge all of the Chinese states into one. There we go. We got our reformed government of China now. All right, everyone. We now have to prepare to take on our next enemies, which will be the Western powers. And we need to seize all the resources here. Because I want to build things like a big air force, which we can't really do because we have no rubber. We have to purchase all our rubber and oil, which is expensive. So if you don't have the money for something, just steal it. To begin preparations, we will focus now on naval technology. Like damage control. I will begin researching technology too, so we can build more planes. All right, now my next area of focus, we definitely need some airplanes. All right, now we definitely need to pimp out our Navy quite a bit. We need a large contingent of Marines if we want to actually strike south. So we need some rubber. And France has rubber in Indochina, and they're obviously going to be busy fighting Mustache Man very soon, so what if we just yoink that rubber from them? 8,000 IQ, that is what I intend on doing. Now we're going to begin producing fighter jets. I'm officially going to demand the French bases since the French are getting destroyed. Paris is surrounded. Okay, I'm going to take the sub-doctrine expeditionary warfare. Obviously, as you can see, this makes naval invasions way more OP. And naval invasions will be one of the main forms of combat we engage in as Japan. Ah, yes. Non-aggression with Germany is amazing. We're besties now with the fellow fascist regime. So I don't really want to pressure Siam to join us, so I'm just going to try to annex them. Because when you have allies in Hearts of Iron 4, they end up just taking all your resources. So before we begin our conquest of all our neighbors, poor old Siam will go down. All right, we're going to war with Thailand, everybody. Now, obviously, these troops here might get clapped by the Thai army. I knew that the whole time. They're probably about to think they're winning too. How cute. So we're going to retreat, let the Thais think they're winning. Well, my Marines get ready to absolutely destroy these clowns. All right, we're landing in Bangkok. Boom, we have it already. Now we're in. Spread out. Encircled, idiots. I mean, this is actually surprisingly taking a while just because the logistics here are terrible, dude. Our dudes are having to fight through jungles. It's insane. All right, Chiang Mai, last city. Yep, we won. Too easy. The naval faction has now demanded we strike south. I was planning on doing that anyway, but if it was war you want, war you shall get. And we really got some warmongers in the government. I mean, I guess I, Captain Jamarcus, am a warmonger. I've infected the Japanese government. They want nothing but death and destruction. All right, everybody. So we have an option in this new DLC. We can conduct a raid on Pearl Harbor, which I intend on doing now. So that means we're going to war in a month, baby. Thank you, Portugal. They simped for us. All right, let's launch a raid. The red button's here. Watch, everyone. We're observing Pearl Harbor. In progress. 25%, the bar's going up. 98, 99, 100. Boom! And we have just declared war on the United States. And we will also declare war on British Malaya and the Philippines. And we will immediately begin a naval invasion of the Philippines. Our Navy's ready for that. We have troops in Singapore. We're going in. We're going to try to take Hong Kong as well. Oh, Hong Kong is well defended, but we're trying our best to take it. We're going to do some convoy raiding right outside of Hong Kong and destroy all the supplies to Hong Kong, essentially blockading it. And it looks like Singapore is not a problem to take. Wow. Amazing offensive. Perfectly planned, the likes of which no one's ever seen before. All right, while we're at it, we're going to declare general mobilization. And I would join the Germans, but we are building our own amazing faction today. The Americans are already trying to attack us, but we're dug in. Ooh, these are some actually solid invasions. I'm a bit scared now. All right, well, hey, they can take those little tiny islands. I'll reclaim them. We will take the Philippines, an actual relevant territory. And we just took the Philippines like that. They just gave up. Circled. Boom. The Brits are getting cooked. How strong are the Indian defenses here? How strong are the Burman defenses? Let's find out. No, they're not very strong. Very few divisions here. The Brits, for whatever reason, were unprepared. They should have seen this coming. Oh my god, look how much rubber we have. And to think we had a shortage before. Well, I'm gonna buy some aluminum, the one thing we're missing from the USSR, which is a bit of a sabotage to Germany, but I don't really care. It's like when the Europeans buy Russian oil while saying they support Ukraine. Kind of doing the same thing. All right, we should be able to just walk into Singapore. Let's try taking Hong Kong again. These guys are now attritioned at least. All right, well, we already have an encirclement of Burma. That's pretty easy because, I mean, this is a long-ass border. So, yeah, obviously, I'm a military genius. All right, Battle of Singapore. I mean, this is kind of a bad attack, but we're just attacking head-on without planning bonus or anything. But I don't care. We're going to win anyway. It's fine if a few extra Japanese die. And I am fortifying Iwo Jima and Minamoto Reshima. Yeah, that's totally how you say it. All right, finally got Hong Kong. Smoking the Brits. I left a little bit of the border open. So we'll send some troops over to deal with this problem. Oh my god, I just realized there's oil right here. That must be defended at all costs. I'm gonna send an army down. I didn't realize that, dude. I'm so slow. Oil has to be defended at all costs always, guys. Let's launch another naval invasion of British Malaya. Singapore is holding out like crazy, dude. These guys don't want to die. Well, let me bring some Cass over. That might change them. That might change the sitch a little. A little bombs can go a long way in changing people's minds. And that is definitely not terrorism, okay? It's only terrorism when the ops do it. Okay, all these guys are really weak. I'm getting green bubbles everywhere. Ideally, we can just go to Rangoon, get that supply hub. I'd be happy. All right, now we're enacting religious organizations laws. Oh my goodness, this part of British Malaya just looks completely open. The good news is Tom Moore, now Harold Alexander, might give up. They're running out of troops. They keep throwing at me one orc division, so we're barely holding on. Oh, you shouldn't last much longer. We got Spitfires we're dealing with. I'm sure our Japanese technology is far superior. I mean, come on, look at the Toyotas last forever. There's a reason. And we did it, everybody. We have Singapore. Let's go. And Fall of Rangoon as well. 2 victories, 2 bags, back to back to back. All right, now we're doing a little invasion of this island here, Palawan. All right, Marines, secure this secondary capital city, Brunei town. There's only a couple Filipino divisions here. This shall be no problem to take. All right, easy. All right, capped. Now we're gonna take over the Dutch East Indies. Interesting how in this update they made the middle of the Dutch East Indies impassable. All right, well, the AI seem to have pushed up for no reason and there's no troops. You know what? This is going to be a long, rough march to the mountains, but I'm ordering these 12 divisions to go, and maybe we can do a surprise attack from the north of India. What was the name of that guy who went through the Alps to get into Rome? I forgot his name. Hannibal, I believe? We're doing a Hannibal moments, but in Asia. So we'll see how that goes. For now, I'll focus on my conventional offensives. We will establish a new Filipino Republic. This one is double as based and red pilled as the last one, okay? And we're doing a general offensive in Burma. I think we can get some good results, because they just don't have many troops. Now, Burma is kind of a hellhole. Look at all these mountains and jungles and deserts and forests. It's the worst nature ever, and the mud. Ugh, gross. That is disgusting. I don't want to step in any mud. All right, we'll have to speak to your manager. Holy encirclements. We even got our first American soldiers we're dealing with, the Marines. Oh, rip. Having this guy die in a plane crash is very unfortunate. But here he still stands. All right, we got a large chunk of the East Indies now. All right, new naval invasion. The rest of the East Indies. And where are the enemy navies? Well, I guess the American Navy is in the red areas. They are securing these islands. And I mean, that strike at Pearl Harbor did do some damage. They're a little bit scared to mess with us in Asia. Japan had like 6 months where they could do whatever the hell they wanted before the US pulled up. So I still need to get ready for that possibility. I don't think it'll be a cakewalk very soon. All right, new invasion again. There's this little baby island here called Kalimantan they added to the game. It apparently has 2 million people. I didn't know that. And my geography knowledge is decent. Anyways, we've been bombing it to shit for a minute. Okay, well, these stupid submarines are wasting our time. All right, go, go, go. Don't fail. There's 2 little rascals there. We can surely take them down. These little twats. Oh, yeah, we got it. No problem. All right, finally took that stupid island and we took a beating to take it. We were getting intercepted the whole time. So we're finally running into some slight problems. The allies have amassed a lot of troops here. Also, I am stuck at a river crossing. Taking the rest of the Dutch East Indies ain't gonna be easy. So what I'm just going to do is chill and be smart and naval invade everything else. All right, now we're gonna try to finish off the East Indies and hopefully get some good casualties. Go, 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 taking the ports. We got some infantry on the ground to help. Boom, too easy. Why fight the enemy head on when you can do sneaky 8-dimensional chess around them? That was a serious 8,000 IQ move by Captain Jamarcus. So we're gonna do the same thing here to Batavia. All right, we're going in. Oh my god, the American invasions are getting kind of absurd now in the Caroline Islands. Hey, it's fine. You know what? I get it. The Americans can have these. I need to just finish fortifying all these other islands. All right, move in, move in. Oh my god, these stupid British subs are holding us up like crazy. All right, now we got some supporting forces attacking Batavia. Ideally, we encircle all this. All right, we got it, we got it, we got it, gents. Okay, so obviously our offensives have somewhat stalled, which is why I'm doing a naval invasion in India, 8,000 IQ, to completely flank all the troops in Burma and do the biggest encirclement you've ever seen. Yes, guys, I am a military genius. You don't have to keep telling me. All right, we're doing our naval invasion. I don't care. It's happening now. We're going into Bangladesh. And guys, this could actually turn out insane if we trap all of these allied forces. The Brits got quite a few dudes here. All right, now we have a 20 division encirclements. Fire. Oh, bro, you can see the number tick down live. Gone. Brits have taken a decent amount of casualties to us. What about the Americans? Americans as well. All right, we're landing, we're landing, we're landing. Going. Brought out. All right, we need to cut India in half is our goal. If I can take a second port in India, that would make me happy. The Germans are doing terrible, dude. I might need to intervene. Oh my. One of the worst Barbarossas I've ever seen. 1942 and they haven't done shit. They're losing Königsberg. What? Did Germany get nerfed even harder in this DLC? It's possible. All right, we're going to slowly transition to a fascist government so we can proceed to do whatever the fuck we want.
I am the
Captain Jamarcus.
I really can do whatever the fuck I want.
For the Emperor. Oh, we got Akayab. Very important port city. All right, India's split. You see, we're doing a lot of multitasking today. I'm really bad at multitasking. Right now, I'm also doing my naval invasion here in the Indies. So much is going on. Well, of course, doing my work. All right, boom, we landed. Now these dudes in the West can send it. And military genius Jamarcus is back at it again because look at this, guys. We just encircled all of these divisions here. And the front is unified. Would you look at that, everybody? And I'm just having my infantry go everywhere in India. Everywhere. Take all the points. Take them all. Finding a lot of good stuff in India. Oh, but man, this part is an absolute slog going up to Mandalay, bro. We've been here so long. It's just deadly jungle, man. Say hello to your new rulers, India. Go ahead, America. Keep taking these little shit islands. I don't care. Boom, we got most of Indonesia down. We are now officially going to become fascist, and the Imperial Rule Assistance Association will be the ruling party. This is to maximize the total war doctrine. All right, take Mandalay, and Burma hopefully will capitulate, which will cause a disaster for the British front line. Yep, they're gone. And look at that. The Brits are absolutely screwed right now. They're fully encircled. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, the entire Indian army is here. It's over. It's actually so over for them. Oh my god, we really need to lock in to secure Asia so we can help out Germany, bro. They're actually getting cooked right now so hard. Okay, we got to secure India quick, which we're doing very good at, actually. We should have it all soon. And we need to get it all before reinforcements arrive. We'll have a lot more available troops once we deal with all these stupid encirclements. We just evaporated like 1 billion Indian divisions. Bro, they've taken almost 1 million casualties. Now, I've been bullying the Indians, so to give them credit, they have been our most fierce opponent yet, inflicting upon us 128,000 casualties. Anyways, now we're gonna finish the British off from the back, the ones still lurking in China. And obviously, I'm preparing my final India offensive. All right, we got a new garrison ready. This garrison, using our Chinese manpower, will guard the Philippines. Thanks to China, we have basically unlimited manpower. All right, let's finish off the south. All right, we're here to send our Marines across the river. I'm scared for the Marines. I don't know if y'all seen the rivers in India. They're pretty bad, pretty dirty. But they're going in towards Delhi. Go, 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 take Delhi. We just crossed the Taj Mahal, I think that is. Beautiful building. But now we have taken Delhi, the capital of India. Fall of New Delhi for the Emperor. Now we're developing our resources. We did not do this imperial pillaging for nothing. Boy, you thought I did this for fun? No, no, no. For the black gold. All right, we just need to take Karachi and India will give up. Oh my god, guys, my eyes are red. This campaign has gone for hours, but we're at Karachi, a big milestone. And it's still not even 1943 yet. This is an amazing conquest. The Japanese wish they could have got this far IRL. Well, I mean, they're pretty brutal. Maybe it's a good thing they didn't have Captain Jamarcus on their side. Regardless, we need to focus on long operational range. What are Brazilians doing here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Give up, nerds. And now all y'all's is stuck. So what you get for trying to fight me. Whoa. Did these guys actually rebel? I'm a bit confused what happened to the Philippines. They must have, and then my troops must have respawned. Oh my goodness. Gosh darn Philippines, guys. What the heck? Can't believe they actually betrayed me. Y'all are getting a whooping by the time I'm taking this place back. Yeah, because I have naval superiority here, so I could not get invaded, bro. They actually rebelled. Bro, poor Mexicans dying in India. That's rough. We can totally cook the Brits and prevent them from making another plane ever if we take this rubber here, which I intend on doing. And these dudes up here in the Chinese mountains are getting stabbed in the back. Oh my god, this pocket's finally getting close. Oh, I hate fighting the Chinese mountains. It's honestly one of the worst spots in the entire game, dude. Because the infrastructure is just so trash. The damn Himalayas are rough. Let's go. We got like a ton of Brits and Americans in there. I hope you all learned a lesson. It's kind of hard to learn lessons when you're dead. All right, now we're taking Ceylon or Sri Lanka. All right, now we're going to establish the state of Burma and free India. And the game is bugging because I didn't get Burma. That's a little strange. Well, 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 look who's finally trapped in the mountains of Asia. Archibald, you have yourself in a pickle. That is going to result in some serious casualties. Now we're going to create the Mengjiang Autonomous Government, and I am potentially going to pressure Mongolia into joining our side. So we can potentially do a last-ditch effort to save a Mustache Man who is struggling, but we really need him around so the Soviets don't get too powerful. All right, here's our first battle with the American Navy. And, okay, let's see if we can smoke the destroyers. And we're smoking them. Absolutely insane. Let's take down these 3 heavy cruisers. Too easy. We're getting close to our invasion of Australia, everyone. The last big enemy in the Pacific. Also, I want Afghanistan on my side, so that'll give us another entry point into the USSR. So we're going to just try to control all these neighbors here. And by the end of the year, early next year, I need to invade the Soviets to save Germany. And Germany's recovering. They lost Berlin, but they're coming back. This is actually really impressive. All right, guys, we're going for Australia. No F's given. All right, 12 Marines coming to the coast of Australia. We'll see if Australia is even defending their coast. They have a pretty small army. Just like the rest of our ops. The Australians may be going down just like the rest of our ops have. Oh my goodness, fall of Kiev. What is this? What's this going on right now? If the USSR still somehow loses, I will lose my mind. Yep, no one on the coast. We got Perth. All right, now we're gonna have Manchukuo. position themselves as the new rulers of Mongolia. All right, now we're going into Eastern Australia. Oh yeah, easy. Canberra, Sydney, all gone. Fall of New South Wales falls the Emperor. I like how it's a picture of Barbarossa. Paradox, come on. All right, now let's begin establishing the Greater Coast Prosperity Sphere. All right, I'm doing a naval invasion to take Brisbane, and boom, Australia has capped. Yes, sir, the Greater East Asia Coast Prosperity Sphere is here. All right, now we're going for New Zealand, going for the Kiwis. Kiwis are going down. All right, December 1st, once we have this collaboration government down with the USSR, I'm going to war with them. I'm going to war. All right, we have now established our collaboration governments. We're going for the Soviets. Well, technically Mongolia, who is in the Comintern. But yeah, this will be the new Mongolia right here. I was trying to take all of Mongolia's stat. My favorite method of encircling enemies as Japan is doing a naval invasion from the back. So all these guys are going to attack, and then we're going to attack Townsville here. Holy shit, there are so many divisions in here. Okay, well that invasion actually failed. What? Well, we gotta rescue our Marines so they don't get trapped. Damn, that's strange. The USSR does not want any smoke. I mean, I'll take Mongolia for free then. All right, everyone, we're going to war with the USSR the second this focus is complete to steal Siberia. Yes, we got Mongolia. All right, there we go. Mongolia just got bigger. This has been a pain in the ass, but we're finally, with this offensive, taking Townsville. Rest in peace, El Bozo. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad, guys. Bro, Germany. There was literally Allied invasion to Germany. I think because I'm actually applying so much pressure on the Allies in the Pacific, Germany is actually able to still survive somehow. Look at that encirclement of Soviets in Austria, dude. That is ridiculous. It probably helps, too, that the Soviets have pulled a lot of troops over to my border. We will not quit. This game has been going on for like 8 hours straight for me, but we will not quit until we get total victory. All right, we're now at war with the Soviets. All right, let's start with Manchuria. All right, let's go. We're going into the USSR. We got Vladivostok. Freaking Manchuria, man. Join my war. Bro, Steiner's counterattack actually worked. They were at Berlin, and look what the Germans now. I mean, I am helping, but still though. Steiner's counterattack obviously worked, and yeah, I'm putting in a lot of pressure to the Soviets to the Far East. All right, guys, we've expanded our offensive. We're invading out of China, but look at what the Germans are doing. This is insane. The Soviets are collapsing in front of our eyes. Steiner did something amazing, and now we're tag teaming with the Germans. We need as much of the USSR as possible. Now that the Pacific is almost completely ours, we can also expand our alliance. We can establish the Empire of Vietnam and the Kingdom of Kampuchea. There we go. Look at the drip on some of these guys. Amazing. Oh, American Navy destruction moments. Can we get them? Yep, easy. Bro, the Japanese Navy is on top today. Talk about an OP focus. This will give us infrastructure in every region of us and all of our allies. I love trains. Choo-choo. Everybody, this is going to be the biggest naval battle I've ever seen. Our Navy versus the Americans, equally sized fleets. All right, let's do it. We have a lot more naval bombers. Oh, they're running away like little bitches. But we're taking out 5 of their destroyers. Can we get a battleship? No, we got a cruiser only. But I mean, overall, we just absolutely smoked it, dude. It wasn't even close. So that already is a W. I think we'll be able to destroy the Americans next time we run into them. All right, now we're going to promote Pan-Asianism, which will allow us to integrate some of our subjects, and we can unite Asia under one state, bro. That is amazing. Bro, look how many Americans are on this island, but our Marines are so cracked and goated and out their mind. They're just bonsai charging. We just deleted more. Dude, we're just evaporating Americans. They've taken 4.6 million casualties to us. That is utterly ridiculous. And yeah, here there's only 3 Brits. I mean, this is not a problem at all. They will all be gonzo. Oh, fight. Bringing them back up. Same thing's happening again, dude. I don't understand why our Marines are so goated. Is it because, like, our doctrines are fully complete? Yeah, we're just evaporating them. Maybe something about the new doctrines and how I've, like, chosen really good Marine builds. Because this is just a slaughter. Evaporated. Fight. Oh, they're running away like cowards. Finally, big W. Oh, another fight. So look how many naval bombers we have. Bro, we're absolutely damaging them like crazy. All right, now we're going for Pearl Harbor, everyone. All right, we landed in Hawaii, everybody. Go. And only 1 division. You have to be kidding me. America. You have like 20 divisions on these other islands, but Hawaii, Honolulu, you have 1. What a bunch of idiots. For the Emperor, we have Pearl Harbor. Slay. The United States Navy at this point just really stands no chance. Our Navy is officially dominant. They only have 148 ships left. We have hundreds more. Everyone, Hirohito will now be the party leader and the leader of our great Japanese empire. And now the beautiful Emperor is in charge of our nation. As Japan, thanks to the divine rule of our Emperor and the assistance of Captain Jamarcus, we can establish the beautiful Eternal Empire. And Japan will be known as the Empire of Great Japan. And we will gain a lot of core territories. And now the Germans are finally on their come up. Okay, the USSR is very exposed. We're actually able to move in from the back. If the Germans can take Moscow and Leningrad, I can actually do some really good work. Finally, fall of Moscow. The Germans are dealing with D-Day. We need to help the Germans out and get rid of the Soviets. We are now known as the Empire of Great Japan. And I bring some more troops over for the final push into the USSR. Come on, Germans, take Leningrad. Make my life easy. Finally took Stalingrad. Bro, the Germans are slow. So many Soviet encirclements. All right, we're taking Leningrad. The Germans are taking way too long. Go, go, go. We got Leningrad. The infamous Soviet surrender lag is here. Let's go. Well, 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 everybody. The Empire of Great Japan, led by Hirohito, has so many buffs, it's insane. Japan in this new DLC is kind of broken, to be honest. Our power is immense. We have 300 civs, 300 mills, a massive navy, nearly 9 million men in the army, thousands of planes. We're bombing the Brits. They can't stop us. And we've taken down 35 million allies, most notably 6 million Americans. Well, everybody, the ultimate Japanese empire is here. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Turn on the bell. And if you want to see more banger Hoi 4 content from Jamarcus, your favorite Admiral General, best Hoi 4 player, watch one of these two videos right here. Toodles.